So, hi everybody. I decided to go live to share with you my latest design team project. And I use the Country Craft Creations Ireland Forever. It's one of Tammy's new papers that she designed herself. And if you haven't received this paper yet, you gotta get some. It is the smoothest. There are no words to describe how this stuff feels. Hi, Myrna. So glad you could join us. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Danielle. So that's what I used to create my project. And I thought going live, you'd understand how I created my box and the album that's inside it. So here we go. So this is what I was inspired by. Let me move myself up because I seem to be a little low today. This is what I was inspired by, or what happened when I saw the paper. I went, I don't want to do St. Paddy's Day. I want to focus more on the heritage of the paper, of Ireland, or even go as far as, like I said to somebody, this reminds me of my grandma. My grandma used to have a party line, and so every time I see this picture, I think of her. Hi, Lynn. So this is where we ended up. This is what I created. I hope you like it. We're going to do it in 2 parts. So next week, I am going to go and just do the box. And then I believe the following week, we'll make the pages that are going to be inside the album. Danielle, this is gorgeous paper. So I'll just sort of give you a rundown. So I had some metal pieces in my stash, and this was the perfect project for it. This is one of those Prima frames that Tammy has in the store. And all I did is I just hit it with a little bit of wax. I'll get it out so that I can tell you what exactly the name of it was. And I just sort of roughed it up a little bit with the wax. And I love the way it turned out. So it's kind of big. So I'm not sure how this is all going to fit in my screen. So we might have to play with things a bit. So when you open it, it opens this way, which I knew this was going to happen. Let's see if I can make my camera go out. You're going to see all kinds of nasty. Sorry if I'm giving you a headache. I didn't mean to. Let's see if that makes it any better. Or I might just turn it this way. Yes. Now, unfortunately, when I have it turned this way, it's not how I want to present it to you, because I want the person receiving the box, or when you use the box, you're going to be flipping your pages towards you. Okay? But I'm going to, no, we're going to make this work. So it's all made out of chipboard. I wrapped all the chipboard pieces with the method that Tammy uses to wrap chipboard when she's going to create an album. And then I attached them, and I didn't use any binding strips this time. So I attached them just like we do our front and back covers to our spine. Black border on the screen is in the way. Okay, then I'm going to get rid of the black border on the screen. Thank you. Is that better? Let's just see if that makes it better. Thanks, Tanya, for mentioning that. That's a little better, I think. I can't get rid of the other because it asks for a title. So maybe I will work with it like this. So just keep in mind, this is the part of the book that would be facing you. All right. So like I say, everything is made with chipboard. I use 2 little binding strips, and that's what I use to make the lid of the box, which is stationary. The rest of it just flops. So I think it's beautiful. So I am going to turn us because I have to, which means I'm not going to see the comments. So we're going to do a little bit of a shuffle here. Sorry about that. All right, let's try this. I think we're good. Kind of move it up. You know what? I talked with Tammy about this project, and I said I wanted to do an album in a box, But I said I didn't want it to be the one that goes left to right. And she said, what if you did it, top to bottom or bottom to top, whichever way you want to look at this. And so I took that idea, and this is what I came up with. So there's actually 7 pages. There's a 1/2 inch gusset between each page, and they repeat. Okay, so the page construction repeats itself. I thought that way it keeps it easy, that anybody can start with this project. So it just goes like this. It's a flip out and a flip out. And I used craft cardstock just sort of to break up all the paper, the pattern paper. And I loved how it turned out. I love the word Ireland across the front. Sort of tells us where we're going. I made some flowers, and then I adhered them to some metal embellishments that I had. And then I used some of the, it's like a sage green and black seam binding, just tucking it in underneath the embellishment. I didn't over embellish this because I thought it kind of speaks for itself, and I wanted to showcase the paper. And then it flips down, so there's room for a picture here. You could put a picture here. Next page is a belly band, and so they just slide out. They are, I should have told you the box size. I'll do that at the end. But the pages measure 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. And so these mats are 6 by 4. Yes, I did make the flowers with a punch, Myrna. I actually used, let me find it here. I actually used my hydrangea punch that Tammy had in the store. I don't know if she's going to be getting any more in, but I will try to ask her if she is, because it's a great punch. Punches out 5 flowers at a time. And then I just made my flowers the way I've shown you guys in other little tutorials I've done. So that's the punch I used. And then what I did, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, is I was gifted by Tanya this wonderful Spectrum Noir sparkle. And so I just sparkled them up with that. So I don't know if you guys can see it. Maybe if I lift it up. Oh, I'm seeing it a bit in the camera. Not much, just a bit. Okay. So. It is, isn't it, Myrna? I love that punch. So there's the front of page 2. And then the back of page 2 is another embellishment. And I open to the right and to the left. So room for a picture in the middle. And then you can add. Now, on the front of page 3, it's a very narrow pocket. And this little embellishment here is just a small paper clip I had in my stash. It might have been a Tim Holtz paper clip. I'm not sure. And then I took some of it's like a sage green twine that Tammy has in the store. And I tied it to the paper clip. And I did that because this pocket was catching the bottom of my embellishment. And so I just needed something to stop that from happening. So that's what I came up with. And then 2 more mats that measure 4 by 6. And then it opens, and just some dewdrops on this one. And it's a flap that opens down. Again, more room for pictures. And this is the front of page 4. And it's a flap with a pocket on it. And these photo mats, I believe, measure 4 1/2 by 4 1/2 and 5 1/2 by 5 1/2. But I will definitely, that will be written in my little tutorial. And then it opens this way. So I did use quite a bit of the craft cardstock just to break things up. I had this paper clip in my stash for like ever. I think it also might have been an old Tim Holtz embellishment. And I went, this is the perfect project, because I don't know if you've noticed or not, I didn't use any magnets. There's not one magnet in this project. So I just used the paper clip to keep things closed. And there's another one of my flower embellishments. And it opens this way and it opens this way. So this technically, as I'm calling it, is the middle of the album. And then we just start repeating. So there's that flip up with the dewdrops on it. And then it flips over. There's that shallow pocket. And again, I put a little paper clip with a bit of twine on it. And for the same reason, so it wouldn't catch on my embellishment. So of course our photo mats. And then it opens and opens. So I didn't want to make 7 different pages because I thought that's going crazy because that's 14 different pages. And I thought this way it's not as big a project and we get to play, but it's easy, I promise. And then it flips up and another flower embellishment and a little sparkle on it. And then again, it opens to the left and to the right. And that basically, thanks Virginia, is the project. So I'm going to close this back up so I can give you the measurements for the box. Because like I said, the pages were 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. Thanks, Sandy. That means a lot. Thank you so much. So the box itself, if I recall, so the top of the box is 1/8 of an inch bigger. So the box itself at the bottom is 6 1/2 by 4 1/2. And the lid is just that 1/8 of an inch bigger, but we'll work on that as we're creating it tomorrow. So my plan is tomorrow, I'm going to go live at 1 o'clock Mountain Time. And then you guys can do your calculations to where you live. I'm going to do it live, Tanya, but it will be recorded, okay? But like I say, I just didn't know how to get this out to you that you could see what it was without doing a short live to introduce it. So like I say, I'm going to go live tomorrow, 1 o'clock Mountain Time. And we're going to start the construction. And what we're going to do is we are going to be making the box itself. So I will make sure that I post the measurements for the chipboard and for the cardstock that we're going to be wrapping everything with. And I wrapped every piece of chipboard with the method that Tammy uses when she does her albums, and I use it when I do my albums. And I just want to say thank you for how you're accepting, how you're enjoying this project. Because like I say, yes, it's got some St. Patty stuff going on in it, but I didn't want to go that direction. I wanted to go more with the heritage. So that's what we've got. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And remember, if you can't watch it live, it will be recorded. And I hope everybody is having an amazing day. I hope in your part of the world, maybe there's some sunshine. I know in my part, I use black, Brenda, for my cardstock. That olive green that Tammy has in the store would look amazing with it. I'm actually tomorrow going to be using Craft. I think you could almost, the gray, I bet the gray would look fabulous with it too. It's called Ireland. Let me get my page in here because I always want to call it something different. It's called Ireland Forever. And it's in Tammy's store. There are 24 sheets that come in the package. And they're all double-sided. It is the most amazing paper. If you haven't gotten your hands on any of this paper or any of the other papers that Tammy has designed, this Bristol is just, it's like silk. I don't have another word to describe it. It almost feels like material. It's gorgeous paper, absolutely gorgeous. So like I say, I'm going to go live tomorrow, 1 o'clock Mountain. Tanya did put in here what the times were for Eastern, Central, Mountain, and Pacific. So I hope I can see some of you then. We'll see you tomorrow. I hope everybody has an absolutely amazing day. Take care. Bye.